Sonic once again is referee. This match is scheduled for one fall. It has a 20-minute time limit. First up, you hate him, you love him. It's George Lucas.
I mean, really, you've got to respect a man like that who can change so many things yet have so many others stay the same.
A man known for his reboots, a man known for his reworks, a man known for changing and creating one of the most loved franchises of all time.
I mean, what can I say apart from McClunky?
Here we are, the next competitor. It's Bob from ReBoot.
2 reboots in this match.
Oh.
Really, if George Lucas can give ReBoot Bob the reboot, I don't know what we'll be able to say or do here.
That's twice as rebooted.
It's the double reboot match. Whoever wins, we lose. Here we are, competitors really getting up. George Lucas trying to start off strong here, but Bob taking care of business. I'm not familiar with ReBoot, but I did see Bob on the street huddled up under a towel, so I had to make sure that he was represented here in Brendaniel Funny Wrestling for all the ReBoot fans out there.
Yeah, and I mean, really, he was cheap.
I mean, you see a man on the street in just a blanket, he will do anything for, a foot long.
He'll do anything for a cartoonish link, a cartoonish series of sausages.
That is true.
You gotta pull them out of your coat like a comedy wizard, man.
Oh, here we go. Bob already going for the swift pin on George, boy. George going for those hot slaps. George really not giving a great showing here, but I told him I made sure I'd give him a thematically appropriate opponent.
Well, I mean, George is quite old at this point.
He is pretty old. We don't expect someone that old to be able to pull off a move like that.
Whoa.
It's the swiftness of George himself is impressive here at Brendaniel Funny Wrestling.
I mean, Lucas must have... he's got plenty of time on his hands now that he's not helming Star Wars, so...
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
George Lucas once nearly dated my own mother.
Oh, really? Wow, incredible.
Huh.
George Lucas is...
To be perfectly honest with you, I do want him to lose.
George Lucas almost was your stepdad, or your dad.
Terrifying.
Terrifying, absolutely horrifying. But you know what's not horrifying is the wonderful match and trading of blows that we're seeing here. George Lucas is taking him to town and giving him the business. Oh, we got some swift Irish whips here. And, oh, God, ReBoot really giving him the ReBoot shuffle here. Pretty mad about adding in that Darth Vader no in post.
Oh.
Big slappies from George, giving him the 1, 2, and the 3. Hitting him with the full weight of the prequel trilogy. George Lucas going to be rebooting ReBoot into a 1950s-style diner.
Oh, that's a hell of a kick right there.
Wonderful showing from George Lucas here. A man that we thought past his prime, really being primal here tonight. Oh, right, the snake. George Lucas has turned his hand into a snake. And he's already going for the 1, the 2. Oh, kick out at 2.
Very unfortunate considering one of our competitors does in fact have snakes for hands.
Going for the Cobra Clutch, and boom, kicked right out of the Cobra Clutch here tonight. George really trying to give it his all, but he is not finding it in him to give this fight 100%. George asked me personally for a check of $50 million, and I couldn't afford it. But George said, I'll fight anyway, I'll give it my all, and if I win, you have to promise me that one day you'll give me that check for $50 million so I can finally make that full live-action gritty He-Man like remake.
You know what? I can respect a man who will fight without pay.
Yeah.
Here we are, putting him up and knocking him down. My God, this match is going to be epic in proportions. A real blockbuster match, if you will. George himself, so strong, but yet so soft indeed.
He's a big soft boy.
Big soft champion George here, really trying his best to keep up the energy and to keep up the fight, but he can't stand against the strikes of Bob.
Definitely not.
That discount Rem Lazar. Oh, the elbow drop.
Ooh, that's
George turns his hand into a snake again. And just a swift right to Bob's face. Oh, George trying to go for a second snake, does not pull through.
Oh! You can still hear the snake.
You can still hear the sound of the snakes in the audience. Our audience is 5% snakes. Currently, we have 69 viewers here at Brendaniel Funny Wrestling, and I do have to say, nice.
Nice.
Oh, Bob powering up. He's hulking up.
Oh, and Lucas is down and back up again.
And giving him the sweet chops. George Lucas up, and oh, God, that 450 splash.
Gonna be honest with you, I did not know George Lucas knew Kung Fu before this match.
But after this match, you will fear him, and you will fear his name.
Oh, I feared him before this match, but not for the same reason.
Oh, George, so agile, so quick. Showing off a little bit there, showing how spry he is after all the stem cells have been injected into his body. George, 2 snakes in a row.
That's a lot of snakes.
George really favoring the snakes here, but Bob taking him out. 1, 2. Oh, 2 9/10, my God. I thought George would hit him with the full Snake prequel trilogy, but it does not look like that's going to happen. Bob going up to the top rope with just a delicious elbow drop. And another elbow. Oh, diving headbutt into a pin, and no count from George.
George really just holding him up there. Sonic does not.
Oh, Bob gave up. It was a submission. George wins.
Absolutely incredible.
Wow. Bob really showing that he's a jabobber here. George wins.
I think it's the snakes.
Yep, it was a neck-hanging choke that won the match.